What's up? My name is Professor Cyanide or Jared, and welcome to my worst to best Kanye West albums. I'm a bit of a Kanye head, a bit of a Kanye West fan. I've listened to all of his albums a lot. I really like the artist, and here's my ranking of my Kanye albums. And if you disagree with me, you're wrong. So let's start.
Shit! I smell you! Get off!
Hey,
Go to the bathroom!
get out.
Go to the bathroom!
All right, some ground rules real quick for the album listings. Only Kanye West albums, no collab shit. All right, no fucking no Cruel Winter, no Kids See Ghosts, and no fucking Watch the Throne. None of that shit will be featured on this list. So without further ado, let's get right into it. All right, so the first album is going to be Jesus is King. Yeah. This is a premier Kanye West album. By that I mean it's the album I probably enjoyed the least. I went from hating this album to thinking it's good, but not great. It's definitely his weakest album. He could have spent a few more times on these ideas. But I like the ambition of it, and it led to Donda, which I think is a great album. So this is Kanye's worst. It only gets better from here. And next, it feels pretty weird putting it this low, but when I thought about it, Late Registration is my second least favorite album. I think it's the second weakest, if I'm gonna be honest with you. Still great album. Really great intro track. And Gold Digger, of course. And Touch the Sky. With other great songs like Drive Slow, Bring Me Down, and We Major. Great songs. Hey Mama, a really underrated Kanye West track. But yeah, it's just other albums he got better. And two, I don't think it even comes close to College Dropout that much. So I don't think he improved too much with this album. But he was definitely good in this album. This is a great one. Okay, next we got Graduation, another album that I guess it goes next. I guess it goes his fucking ninth best album. Sorry. But yeah, Graduation. It's good. I definitely love this album a lot. But damn. Is it not as good as his other albums? I gotta say. I love a lot of shit like this. I like a lot of shit on this album. I really like Good Morning, of course. Great intro track, I think. One of his best intro tracks. Champion, great song. Stronger, great song. I Wonder, great song. Good Life. Yeah, it's kind of like every song is a banger, but they don't make you think too much. But they're fun songs. But they're not his most fun songs. You get my point here. You get why I rate it like this, at least, even if you disagree. And you're calling me slurs in the reply in the comments. Don't do that. I think that can I'll have to delete those comments. Sorry. All right. Don't write slurs. No slurs. I'm gonna probably cut that out. Next album is Gay. So Gay was his whatever album, and Ye is probably the closest we'll get to. I mean, he's honest in a lot of his songs. He's a very honest rapper, but this is like the most real Kanye gets. He's just like, this is just my fucking. If you don't know, Kanye has a bipolar disorder. Kanye has a bipolar disorder, if you don't know. Or at least he was diagnosed with it. So chances are he has it. And this whole album is basically just, this is what being bi is like. This is like what being bipolar is like. Why did I shorten it? Anyway, so this is what being bipolar is like. Great songs like I Thought About Killing You, another great intro. I love intro tracks, and I think they're very important for an album. And Kanye kills it in pretty much every intro. Um, Ghost Town, Wouldn't Leave, Yikes, bunch of different fucking songs. I like all these songs. They're all great. The album's a bit short though. It's my only criticism. I wish it was longer. I always want more Kanye, but I feel like 7 songs. If you felt like 7 songs was enough for the 7, fuck it. There's just not enough good for me to justify it being any higher, if that makes sense. Anyways, let's go to probably my most, I don't know, one of the most devices. Let's just next one. Donda, 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 Donda. Anyways, Donda is a great album. And I don't care what anyone thinks. This album got fucking shit on critically. Only really Kanye fans I've noticed have liked this album. It's because we're I don't know, dick riders, I guess. So, great intro track, not including Donda chant. Jail, great song. Jay-Z has a great verse on it. Off the Grid, absolute banger song. Hurricane, great song. Jonah is a great song. Believe What I Say, 24, Remote Control, Moon, Heaven and Hell, Donda, Keep My Spirit Alive, Jesus Lord. How do people think this album is bad? Maybe it hasn't grown on people yet. Maybe it's not the same effect of another Kanye album that got critically panned on release. But like, this album's good. It's just that, he repeats the same tracks twice. It's why I can't really rate it any higher. If it was like, this is the opposite of Ye's issue. If this album was shorter, it would be probably his best album. If not like top 3. This album would be top 3 if he fucking removed like half of these tracks. Because he just has garbage or just repeat tracks on here. Like, fucking Tell the Vision is his worst song he's ever made. I wouldn't even call it a song. It's like a ringtone he repeated over and over again. It doesn't even add. If you skip this song every listen, you lose nothing to an album. And you can't really say that about Kanye albums. Shout out to the extended version, the deluxe version of this album. Also tremendous too. Anyways, next album is going to shock some people because this is a lot of people's favorites. The next album is My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. His 2010 release. This is a fucking classic. This is a lot of people's favorites because it's probably the most commonly liked Kanye album. I think this is his like, as far as mainstream appeal goes, his best album. But this is a pretentious YouTube channel, so it is not his best album. It can't be, because everyone else likes it. That's not my only reason. I actually just think he's done better. This album's great. This is when the 10 out of 10 Kanye albums start, by the way. Every album this onward is a 10 out of 10 album. Everything else before this is like a 9 or an 8. Except for Jesus is King, that's like a 7. But anyways, instead of copying Anthony Fantano by rating music like an idiot, let's go back to talking about My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. So great intro, not his best intro. I really like Dark Fantasy though. I really like the fucking "Can we get much higher? So high." Yeah, let's not do that again. Gorgeous, just a great streak. Kanye goes on these streaks with albums. It's called being a great artist when you just have one good song after another on an album. But yeah, Gorgeous, Power, which apparently took 10,000 fucking hours to make, or 30,000, or whatever the fucking number is. I'm not researching it. You guys have Google. This video is terrible. All the Lights, which is a spectacular song. One of his best produced songs ever. I love the fucking glamour of this album. I love the glamour of this song. The song really shows off how glamorous Kanye really got in this album. How fucking big he made this album. Because this is biggest album, I guess, as far as like he's just not really, but yeah, Kanye really knocked it out of the park with this album. It uh quote unquote was a comeback album because his last album sucked. Yeah, we'll get to that later. Um some of his best songs, Runaway, a top like 10 Kanye song easily. Who Will Survive America, great closing track. This is when Kanye, around when Kanye started getting really good at closing tracks. We'll get to an album that has my favorite closing track very soon, but yeah, great album, love it. His next album on this is his debut, his sexy little debut, College Dropout. This album is a fucking classic. Take a shot. This album's a classic. The College Dropout, more like the good album. We Don't Care is a great. This is Kanye's statement song. We're supposed to make it to 25. Jokes on you, we're still alive. Throw your dick up in the sky, and we don't suck your cock so we get to go. Anyway, Graduation Day, great album. All Falls Down, another fucking top tier Kanye song track right there. Spaceship is super underappreciated. Jesus Walks, mwah, one of Kanye's best. Fucking shit like School Spirit, very underrated track. Through the Wire, one of his best fucking songs. Great fucking album. This is when I don't really have any issues with any Kanye album. Some of the skits are kind of weird. Actually, skits are good. This is probably his best album skit wise. Never fucking mind. But yeah, it's just like not a perfect album. Even though I'm calling it a 10 out of 10, you know? There's just better 10s because I don't make sense, I guess. I have no way of justifying that statement, but there's just no such thing as perfect 10s. There's just no such thing. There's better 10 out of 10s than other 10 out of 10s. You just have to believe me, okay? Fact check it. Anyway, don't fact check it. Next song, album. In my head keeps singing, can't stop having these feelings. I gotta keep winning. Oh! 808 and Heartbreaks is an album that was fucking shit on when it came out. Cause he used autotune and he wasn't rapping basically. He was doing like a fucking singer-songwriter style of Kanye. Which, by the way, this is probably his most influential album other than my number one pick. This album changed hip hop, and you can thank fucking Kanye for shit like Juice World and Drake. Drake got a lot of inspiration from this album. It shows a lot up in his music. Childish Gambino, a bunch of artists got a lot of inspiration from this fucking album. The kids knew this album was good, and cause it was just ahead of its fucking time, is what it was. 808 and Heartbreaks is a fucking masterpiece. It is one of his masterpieces, one of his three just truly transcendent albums. Very great. Just every fucking song on this album is just so damn good. Welcome to the Heartbreak, Say You Will, Heartless, Amazing, Love Lockdown, Paranoid, Robocop, Streetlights, Bad News, See You in My Nightmares, Coldest Winter, Pinocchio Story, just every fucking song. God fucking damn! Fuck. Yeah. Some of the greatest fucking beats ever. All made just with a simple fucking 808s machine. Beats. Fucking banger beats every song. Fucking Welcome to the Heartbreak. Kid Cudi's contributions are felt in this album, and this certainly was a great start point to his career. I don't know what came first, this album or his debut, but this was around when he started his fucking career. He did great in this fucking album. Paranoid is a very underrated track. See You in My Nightmares is amazing. Lil Wayne kills it. Pinocchio Story, great ending track. Like, bravo, Kanye. Fucking Heartless is one of his most popular songs for a reason. It was pretty much the only song that wasn't shit on when it fucking came out during this album. It's just amazing. I fucking love this album so much. So much emotion, raw emotion and feeling in this album. A lot. If you don't know any, you just look up what happened around this time. When this album came out, like what happened before in Kanye's life, and you get a good feeling. You get a good feeling about how good this fucking album is. Yeah, Heartless, amazing, just absolute banger tracks. But yeah. Anyways, on to our second place, the silver medal, the second greatest Kanye West album ever. One of the it's the Life of Pablo. It's the Life of Pablo. The Life of Pablo is number 2, which means something else is number 1. But we'll get to number 1 in a second. Be patient, my little kittens. Be patient for daddy. I might not keep that in. Life of Pablo, an album that was weirdly, I remember being mixed when it came out. Again, I think his last 3 albums have mixed reviews for like no reason. Like critics just can't decide if they like Kanye or not sometimes. So it's just like, no, this album's good. You just need to listen to it more. You just don't understand it. You just have horrible music taste. I'm getting. By the way, my opinions on music are always correct and are never wrong. Anyways, Ultralight Beam, great intro track, very underrated, very underappreciated. We got Ultralight Beam. That's not what it sounds like at all. Do not take my interpretation of it as literal. Famous is a classic Kanye track that really trolled the libs. Both Father Struck My Hands Part 1 and 2, classics. This is another album where just everything's great. Amazing second half of this album. Let's just quickly go through Feedback and Lowlights. Feedback, a very great song. I love Kanye Onward. Yeah, just fucking, I love Kanye. Waves with Drake. Fuck My Life. Absolute great songs. Real Friends, one of his all-time greatest hits. Wolves, like, easily one of his greatest songs. Wait, was Wolves with Drake? Or is Waves with Drake? Who gives a shit? Some of his best production ever. One of the greatest produced hip-hop albums, period, is The Life of Pablo. No More Parties in LA also being a fucking classic. Oh my god. Facts being a great song. And then, of course, St. Pablo. St. Pablo has some of his best bars ever. Rap's closest thing to Einstein. Don't worry, fella. I'm fine. I just blah blah blah. But then the whatever. The bar ends with I wasn't supposed to make it past 25. A callback of all callbacks to, of course, fucking College Dropout. And yeah, a great song. There's a few moments in this track where it sounds like he's getting like choked up, like talking about his family and shit. This song goes fucking hard, but it might be a song that would make you even cry. Maybe even weep a little. Get a little sad. But yeah, this is a great song. Great vocals by The Future in this album. I forget your name. Yeah. Fucking perfection by Kanye West. But there's one album. And I think only some of you saw this coming. Some people rate this album criminally low on their all-time Kanye list, by the way. Yeezus. His greatest album. Period. He thinks it's his greatest album. It's his greatest album. I have more reasons than that. It's his best production. It's his best lyrically. It's the fucking some of his best songs, like Blood on the Leaves and Bound 2 are on this. Fucking Hold My Liquor, I Am a God, New Slaves, Black Skinhead, On Sight. I might have to censor some of those names, but fucking Christ. Guilt Trip, Send It Up, fucking great production, and one of the Bound to having one of the greatest beats in hip hop history. Right there, Blood on the Leaves as fucking well. Just mind melting fucking lyrics, and just such a fucking great and provocative album that makes you think. An album that I feel like you have to listen to multiple times to truly appreciate. This is me getting very pretentious about Kanye West right now, but I don't care. Okay? This is a fucking great album. This is his best album. This is one of the greatest hip hop albums ever made, and I will do nothing. And if you disagree with me, I'll go okay. 'Cause I kind of don't care. I care if your opinion's stupid. I mean, you're wrong if this isn't at least in your top 3 favorite Kanye albums. But you're wrong. You just need to really listen to it until it's in your top 3. Just fuck. Anyways, that's it. That's the end of the video. Like, comment, and subscribe. Follow my Twitter. Don't follow my Twitter. All right, that's it.
Shut the fuck up. I will fucking laser you with alien fucking eyes and explode your fucking head.